Watkins from Your Black World and the Black Business School. I'm up and I'm working on stuff and about to head to Los Angeles. So I'm shutting down some stuff on my PC. About to head to LA and I am looking forward to going out there. We're running a half marathon today. And the missus, if you want to call her that, the one-day missus, she and I are going to go out and run a half marathon, and I'm mortified by it because those races are brutal. They're super long. It's longer than I train. I usually train about 4 miles at a time, but I'm going to go ahead and do it. And the main reason is because I just really like the fact that I've been able to lose all this weight. It's been really fun, and it really feels good to feel good, you know. So I want to encourage anybody who is thinking about, you know, making a transition in your life, thinking about cutting off some pounds, you know, getting back in shape, something like that. I just want to encourage you, just give it a try, just do a little bit at a time. The key is baby steps. You know, if you can do the baby steps, then you're good. You know, that's the idea. Now, in case you wonder what I'm doing, I'm actually going to send a notification out to those who follow me on drboycetv.com, the home for intelligent Black people. I want to let them know that I'm live now. And if you want to get a text notification, all you have to do is text the word Boyce, Boyce, text Boyce to 31996, text Boyce to 31996. Now, I saw, let me see, somebody says, hey, hope you're doing good this morning. Love your knowledge. Well, thank you. I love you too. I love your support. Without you supporting them, then my knowledge does not matter. There's nothing better than to be a professor who was taken away from his people, who gets a chance to come back to his people. Let me see here. Okay. All right. So here's what I wanted to talk about real quick. You know, I saw the other day that Cornel West had a debate with Candace Owens. And Candace Owens, in case you don't know who Candace is kind of the darling of the right wing, if you will, you know, the black darling, the little black baby doll of the right wing. They love her. The Republicans love her to death. You know, and it's interesting, right? You know, some would say that she gets that butter biscuit award every week. You know, as you know, Vicki Dillon created the butter biscuit coon award that goes to the Negro who's serving massa the best. So you know, the thing is, I can't disagree with anybody who wants to give Candace the Butter Biscuit Award because she earns it. I mean, you know, she's a hardworking puppet, and I would say that she deserves the award, and I wouldn't resist if there was a committee voting and I had veto power on the vote. There would be no veto because I believe she deserves that award. Now, here's where I want to go deeper with this, though. The interesting thing also about Candace Owens, or about the Butter Biscuit Award, is that Candace is not the only one who deserves it. You know, the people on the right are not the only ones who deserve that award. The Butter Biscuit Award would also go to a lot of people that you see on the left. There are lots of people on the left, you know, the Simone Sanders, the Angela Rye, and people like that who put the interests of a political party ahead of the interests of their community, who also earn the Butter Biscuit Award, you know, who also go out of their way to cape for white supremacy, who you find constantly simply reciting a message that comes from their political party. They recite a message that is controlled and managed and maintained by those who are nothing less than their overseers. Now, the way you can tell, I would argue, the way you can tell if somebody truly represents the best for the Black community is whether or not they're willing to challenge members of the Democratic Party with the same vigor as they are members of the Republican Party. So, for example, people talk about Donald Trump and the whole grab him by the pussy comment. Anybody remember that when Trump said that stuff? And they were like, oh, he's a sexist, he's a womanizer, he's a harasser, he's this, and this. Well, you got people on the left, you know, you got Joe Biden and some others who, Bill Clinton especially, who've also been accused of equally egregious behavior. In my mind, there's not a big difference between Clinton and Trump when it comes to how they've dealt with women. There's not a big difference there, you know, and so I don't understand why I'm supposed to get outraged when you tell me about what's wrong with Trump, but I don't get outraged when you tell me what's wrong with Bill Clinton. I'm supposed to be okay with that. I'm not okay with any of that, and so effectively, what's really going on is very basic. It reminds me honestly of when a guy tried to get me to sign up for his MLM, his multi-level marketing situation. Not that I have anything against MLMs, I just don't participate. So if you have an MLM, don't ask me to join because I'm not going to join. I understand it. That I think that the reason they approach me with this stuff is because they see I have a big audience and all this other stuff and influence. So they're thinking, oh well, if he gets underneath me and he gets all these people to join, then we'll make a ton of money. And I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm not. Just don't ask. Don't bring it to me. I won't disrespect you. Just don't bring it to me. I wish you the best. Don't bring it to me. I hope you go make a ton of money. Just don't bring it to me. But anyway, he was trying to get me to join his MLM. And the first thing he did was he comes to me with language and rhetoric that he knows that I identify with. He taps into my pain. He taps into my into my conscience in terms of the things that matter to me. He knows that blackness matters to me. He knows that wealth matters to me. So he comes up and he starts saying, well, these white folks keep constantly taking wealth out of our community. I'm like, yeah, you know how they do, right? Well, and they owe us reparations. We should get reparations for all that they've done. Yeah, I agree with you, brother. Yeah, and we need to build wealth. We need to start businesses in our community. That's right. Yeah, we sure do. Well, so Dr. Watkins, I have this opportunity that I just hate for our people to miss out on. Our people, we always miss out on the best opportunity. Yeah, we do. So Dr. Watkins, I'd like to show you this opportunity. I'd like to speak to you about a business opportunity. I'm like, well, what is it? What you want to speak to me about? I ain't got much time. My consulting fee is $500 an hour if you want to sit down and consult. But I'm not going. I don't know. I'm not. Talk to this person over here. Well, Dr. Well, I need to talk to you directly because I got this business opportunity. I think. Well, what is it? What kind of business is it? If you know your business, you should be able to tell me what the business is without me having to schedule a meeting with you for you to tell me what the business is. That's how you get. That's how you know when somebody's like, I need to talk to you about a business opportunity and won't tell you what the business is. No, like nah. Like if to me it can be simple. Where's your elevator pitch, bro? If you're selling cupcakes, you should say, hey, I sell cupcakes in the Bay Area and my cupcake shop grew 300% because everybody in the Bay Area wants cupcakes. I get that quickly. But when you give me this ambiguous language, that ain't nothing but pimping. That's just pimping, right? That's what pimps do. Pimps take the simple things and they make them complicated because they don't want you asking the simple questions. Anybody ever heard of Occam's razor? Occam's razor says that the simplest solution is usually the right one. The simplest solution is usually the right one. So you might make it. It's like when I was trying to lose weight. I could have made it complicated. I could have tried special diets and got a trainer and spent a lot of money and did all this research on health food and all that stuff. But the simplest solution was the one I needed. The simple solution was stop eating so many damn Twizzlers. Take your fat ass out and go run 3 miles, 4 miles every other day, and you'll start losing weight. And that's what happened. It was the simple solution. So always look for the simple solution. If somebody ain't ready to give you the simple, that means that there might be another agenda. So you got to be careful about that. Well, when you talk about pimping from the Democratic and Republican parties, that's what I see. I see a lot of yin yang, yip yap, blah blah blah, back and forth with people trying to convince me, trying to play into my sensitivities as a black man to get me to see their agenda. The Democrats are a bunch of fucking with fear mongers. I was gonna say whoremongers. They might be that too, but fear mongers. All they'll do, they won't tell you shit about what they're doing for black people. They won't tell you a damn thing about how they're gonna make your life better. They won't tell you a damn thing about how they're gonna solve the fact that 45% of all black men in Chicago ain't got a damn job. And all 45% of all the black men between 20 and 24 ain't got a job and ain't in school. They won't say shit about that or how to fix that, but they'll come and tell you how horrible Donald Trump is. Well, he's a racist. He's gonna come get you. He called you darkies, and he said, "Son of a bitch." Man, shut up, man. I'm not scared of no white man. Stop trying to get my support by scaring me. Like this is not a horror movie. I don't want to hear that shit, right? But the thing is. But here's the issue, right? By the way, hit the thumbs up button. If you haven't hit the thumbs up button, please hit the thumbs up button. That'll bring more people in. Also, by the way, if you haven't joined our social media platform, if you're sick of Facebook and you want a backup alternative, you don't have to leave Facebook, but consider joining us at Blag Enough. This is how you spell it. So if you are Blag Enough, then join us at blagenough.com. But you got to have a black identity. If you ain't got a black identity, you won't enjoy it because all we do is talk about black stuff all day long. It's it's for people who really want to be black all the time. Even when the white man's watching, forget the code switching and all that stuff. Ain't no shame in being who you are all the time, every day, 24/7, even on Christmas. Anyway, so So that, now here's the thing though. Let me jump into Candace Owens. Candace Owens is a I can see why they pay her money. I really can. I can see exactly why Candace Owens gets money from the Republican Party. I can see why Candace Owens is the darling of the Republican Party. I can see why they love Candace Owens and they rep her every chance they get. I can see why they take good care of Candace Owens because Candace Owens is articulate. Candace Owens is not stupid. Candace Owens has a legitimate point. Candace Owens is a relentless fighter for the Republican Party. I love that. I love that. She's the best Pinocchio that they could ever come up with. She's the best representative that they can ever come up with. The issue that I listen to Candace talk, and the things that she hits on, she is a master at tapping into the things that frustrate us as Black people. She's a master at highlighting what's the hypocrisy of the Democratic Party. She's a master at highlighting what's happened to our families because of the Democratic Party. She's a master at highlighting the struggles we experience as Black people because of the Democratic Party. And if Candace were not affiliated with a political party, she would have more credibility with me, right? If Candace were just a sister who just said, "Look, this is what I think, and I'm going to put my energy toward helping to solve these problems and working with other Black people to get these things done," I would get that. What undermines Candace and what makes her look ridiculous to me is the same thing that makes Dr. Ben Carson look ridiculous. It is this consistent loyalty and alignment with the Republican Party and with Donald Trump. Two entities that do not have the best interests of our community at heart. So the thing about Candace is, you ready?
No, you go on with your video. Which car are we taking? Mine or yours?
Let's take mine.
Okay, I'll load up the car. You keep doing your video.
Okay, babe. All right, see you in a second.
All right, and that's it.
Okay,
I'll talk to you later.
All right, sweetie. Mm-hmm. All right, we're about to go catch a flight, so that's what that was about. And so her undying loyalty to the Democratic Party, the Republican Party, her commitment to Donald Trump, it just makes her look like a caricature. You see, because American politics is not designed for you to be an authentic person. Politics is designed to make you into an extremist because America is a divided country where the extremes kind of get the most attention. And so, with Candace, I think that when you tell me that there's an issue, like if you tell me that what I'm doing is wrong, that is what I would consider to be immature, incomplete analysis, right? An immature person who can't do complete analysis, who can't take their analysis full circle, can tell you all day what's wrong with what you're doing. But what they cannot do is tell you how to do it better and what the next move should be, right? How to solve the problem, right? Have you ever seen a Negro like that? I call them Negro naysayers who talk all kinds of mad shit when you try to do something different. Like you go out and you try to start. Anybody got Negro naysayers in your family where you start a business or you try to do something different from what anybody else has done, and they're really, really good at telling you what you're doing wrong? They feel like they're helping you by telling you how fucked up you are and how your model isn't going to work and I don't know why you're doing it that way and what's wrong with you and this is stupid, blah blah blah. And it drives you crazy because number one, they're too cowardly to do it themselves. But they can sit on the sidelines and talk shit. That's the easy job. Two, they haven't presented any better solutions to solve the problem. And three, they're willing to do shit to help you solve the damn problem. Right? Because they enjoy sitting on the sidelines cackling. They enjoy sitting on the sidelines telling you what's imperfect about your approach. And I have little patience for that. I wouldn't say I don't. It's not something that makes me mad, but it's something that lets me know that you're not an intelligent or mature human being. So therefore, your opinion only has so much value to me. If you come and you tell me, hey, the Black business school, you guys suck, and I hate your business model, and y'all doing this, y'all just are a bunch of assholes, and blah blah blah. Well, okay, all right. So why don't you do what you need to do and grow the hell up and help us do things better? Give us recommendations. Unless you enjoy seeing the building burn down, unless you have an agenda that is built on destruction, unless you have an agenda that is built on demoralizing those who are trying to do something different. Because the thing about it is that when anybody tries something new, yeah, I agree. I like that. Red Slim says I call them talkers. I agree. The thing is that anybody who tries something new is gonna fuck it up. And anybody who tries something new is not gonna do it perfectly the first time, second time, or 50th time around. That's trial and error. You keep trying. Each generation you evolve and you get better. That's how empires are built. But one thing I do know about empire building is it ain't gonna happen when you sit your ass on the couch every day talking shit. If all you know how to do is sit around and talk, then that's not gonna help anybody. You're not gonna grow. So the thing about Candace, and Candace, needs to address that is, okay, you've convinced me that the Democratic Party sucks. Okay, you convinced me that they've manipulated black people for far too long. You convinced me that they're using us just to get votes and playing on our emotion. She had a great quote where when she's defending her boss, Donald Trump, she said something like, the Democrats offer them hot sauce and Trump offers them jobs. I thought that was funny, right? Because I was like, damn, she got a good point there. And actually, she's correct on that from a pure statistical standpoint. If you listen to rhetoric from the Democratic Party, very little of that rhetoric is stated in such a way where they specifically talk about issues that affect black people, like the fact that half of all black men in Chicago don't have a job. But they'll offer you emotional language. They'll tell you how terrible Trump is. And how they'll talk to you about creating this world where everybody is addressed politely and all this other stuff, but it doesn't solve real problems. And actually, black unemployment, and this is something that I hope the Democratic Party feels the need to confront. Black unemployment is lower than it's been in 50 years under Donald Trump. Now, the problem though is that these are not good jobs that we're getting. These are not, job security isn't there. There's a lot of racism on the job. And black people, I told y'all, I believe black people need to stop getting in this habit of always working for other people. Maybe if 90% of us are working for other people, or maybe 80% of us, that might work. But you can't have damn near 100% of us all searching for jobs from white folks, especially not in this society. So and that's a policy issue that has to be addressed by us, with us. Like, I don't even know if any political party is prepared to address that, because that's more of a sovereignty issue. That's an issue that you have to take care of in your own community. That's not something that Donald Trump is going to ever fix for you. It's not his job. That's not something that Joe Biden's ever going to fix for you. That's not his job. That's something that you fix for you, because that's your damn job. And so it's your job to make sure your children aren't raised to just think that I need to go find the best slave master, and that's how I'm going to pay my bills. You got those Morehouse men who had Robert Smith, God bless him. Robert Smith, I don't even know this guy. I'm going to keep watching how he moves to understand him better. But Robert Smith, he was more of a president for black people than Barack Obama ever was, in my opinion. He was more of a president of the United States in terms of really saying, like, let's fix this damn shit. Let's fix this problem. I'm going to fix this problem by reaching into my budget, and I'm going to make this problem go away. We're going student loan debt forgiveness is in full effect in this little space. I think that's a great lesson for you as you figure out how to solve the black problems in your own family. You can't solve problems everywhere for all black people. You can solve the problems in your little space. The people you influence, your children, your cousin, them, your siblings, and your mama. You can solve the problems in that space and create the world you want in that space. So Robert Smith did exactly what I've been teaching my students in the Black Business School, which is just start with your space. Create Wakanda in your space. So Robert Smith instantly, like Thanos in the Avengers, snapped his fingers and made that student loan debt go away, because he had the power to do it and he had the will to do it. He had the courage to do it. Morehouse has had many speakers. Morehouse has had many speakers before Robert Smith who had equal ability to do what Robert Smith did. Barack Obama spoke at Morehouse College, and all he did was basically wag his finger at them and tell them why y'all need to stop complaining, and why, yeah, it's hard to be a black man, but you can make it because blah, 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 blah. And that's fine. That sounds like an encouraging message on the surface. But the problem is, motherfucker, you're the president of the United States and you can't fix none of this. You're acting like a helpless black man, like you acting like you one of these brothers in Chicago that can't get a job. Like, well, you just got to do your best because it's hard. It's impossible out here as a black man. I mean, they ain't nobody gonna give you nothing, man. You got to go figure it out. You got to do twice as much to get half as much. That rhetoric makes sense from somebody who has no ability to change it. It made no sense from the president of the fucking United States, who literally made America the gayest country in the world in about 2 years flat. I mean, you're going to paint the White House rainbow and really pass laws that have literally created a world where, transgender athletes, like men who identify as women can run and compete with girls in track and field now. I feel sorry for the girls. I ain't gonna lie. I think it's like, whoa. I told my mama, I said, so you mean if I had just told them that I believe that I'm a girl, I could have ran with the girls and got to the Olympics? Man, shit. Seriously. I was like, so my little penis carrying ass could have lined up with the girls and been state champion every year. Instead, I'm running with these dudes, who got testosterone just like me, and I can't beat. I can beat some of them, but I can't beat all of them. But if I ran with the girls, shit, I would have been on the cover of ESPN, right? So anyway, let me just jump out. I'm not making fun of you if you're transgender and gay, none of that stuff. I'm just saying people do what the fuck they want to do. They do what matters to them. And so for Barack Obama, what mattered to him that day with Morehouse was giving a speech and making an appearance and connecting with people that are part of the Democratic Party base. What did not matter to him was solving the actual problem. Even to this day, Michelle and Barack still could go give a speech in Morehouse or Spelman and wipe out student loan debt just like he did that day. The Obamas, I think Michelle probably cracked. She'll make 40, 50 million off this book alone, or maybe they won't pay all the debt. Maybe I really believe, seriously, I think that should be a tradition for all Black people who give speeches, commencement speeches at HBCUs. I think you should pick a percentage of the student loan debt that you'll handle for the students that are in that room and say, I'll pay 10% of your debt. So maybe you can't come up with 40 million, but maybe you can come up with 4 million, right? I don't know about y'all. Yes or no, yes or no, yes or no. How many of y'all think that college students would appreciate 10% of their student loan debt being paid by the commencement speaker at the next graduation? Even if it's not 100%, it's not a Robert Smith, but it's something. How many of you would think that the students would be happy if they said, for all of you here, I'm going to pay off 10% of your student loan debt. Can't pay it all off, but I'm gonna pay off 10%, right? Well, Barack and Michelle can do stuff like that. They got that kind of money. They're gonna be worth a couple $100 million in a few years. They go give speeches and get paid, $100,000 a speech, stuff like that. They're making multi-million-dollar deals. Well, why not? Why not make that a tradition? That's substantive. That's real. That's taking the monkey off the backs of these young people so they can go off and become the business builders that they need to be. A lot of brilliant Black people don't start the businesses that we need because they got so much student loan debt that they have to remain a slave to corporate America in order to just maintain that debt. But the problem is that they don't understand the rope-a-dope. The rope-a-dope is that the slavery and the debt will never go away. You're gonna be slaving, and then one day when you finally free, your ass gonna be so old and tired you won't be able to do shit. So young people are the ones who are supposed to be leading the charge. They're supposed to be leading the Black economic revolution. I'm just an advisor. I'm the OG. I've done a few things. I've got my degrees. I've already built the businesses. I've already, employed a lot of Black people, and I'm here to advise you. But it's your job as the 20-year-old to get out here and hustle and do the dumb things that old people are too scared to do. It's your job as the young person to put out the energy that the older people ain't got the energy to provide, right? It's your job as the young person to go out and take the risk that older people may not be in a position to take because they got wife and kids and all that. When you're 21 years old and you just got out of school and you just got your debt paid off because Robert Smith came up in the building, then that's your chance to go buck wild and get out here and go build a business, build some wealth, build a community, and build something great. That's what you're supposed to do. So anyway, guys, I just want to tell you guys this. It looks like it's time for me to go. And so I'm going to have to run. But what I will say really quickly, come on, Tay, come say hi. Come on. She loves to say hi. She's a future superstar. So she wants and a Black millionaire tomorrow, and it's pajama day. So have a good day, okay? All right. So I'm out of here, guys. But to summarize really quickly, I think Candace Owens has the right rhetoric for the wrong reasons. She's speaking the right way, but she's got the wrong agenda. I can't get behind Candace Owens, completely. I hear where she's coming from. I think that she makes a lot of valid points, but for her to present it as if Donald Trump is the answer, I think is fundamentally incorrect. What I do love about Candace's existence, though, is that it does at least create language and create a narrative out there that the Democratic Party is going to have to fight against. So instead of letting Candace Owens use you, maybe you can use Candace. If you're going to go and vote for the Democrats or whatever, whoever you vote for, that's fine. I'm not going to judge that. Use that. Use them. Every point she brings up, write it down. Candace Owens says the Democratic Party has created a welfare state and mass incarceration in the Black community. Mass incarceration. So write that down. Then when the Democrat a candidate comes to your church and gives you some butter biscuits and chocolate milk with some barbecue ribs and says, vote for me because Donald Trump is bad, he's scary, he's evil, I need you to say, okay, I was reading today that Candace Owens, that they're saying that mass incarceration was caused by the 1994 crime bill under Bill Clinton. Sir, what are you specifically going to do to address the fact that tens of thousands of black people are still in prison right now as a result of that bill, and it's divided black families for the last 30 years. And then when they start talking about like, well, you know, they got immigrants at the border who are separated from their families, and you can say, yes, sir, but and I agree that's terrible for a child to be away from his mama for 2 weeks when they're trying to break across the border illegally. That's fine. But according to my calculations, the most black children of incarcerated parents were divided from their parents for 20 straight years. So I'm gonna need you to address that first. And if you don't, I'm sorry, sir, I just won't be able to vote for you in this election. I apologize, right? That's what you do. Just get analytical on their ass and break it down. Keep it simple. No pimping. Occam's razor. Simple solution works best. Give them the simple shit. Don't let them talk you out of what you believe. Figure it out and make the decision that works best for you. So I'm going to go. Hit the thumbs up button, please. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. If you haven't hit the thumbs up button, please do that. Also, please share this video. Also, make sure you join us at blagenough.com. Here's how you spell it. It's right here on my shirt. That's why I wear the shirt, so everybody can spell it. And there's a reason for the name. Are you black enough? And then we just replaced the CK with a GG and created our own word. We trademarked that word. I have the trademark paperwork in my desk. So this is ours. We own this, and we're going to build this. We're building thousands of people every single week. So go check it out. Also, my book, Black American Money's out. You guys may have heard of it. If you want to go check out the whole series, this is part 3 of the series. It's a really I would like to say a fearless conversation about economics in America and beyond. So if you want to check out all 3 books and kind of see how the series looks across the board, I've been working on it for the last 13 years. You can go to blackAmericanMoney.com. That's blackAmericanMoney.com. And also, of course, you guys know about, maybe you don't, our financial workbooks for children. So if you have children that you want to keep busy this summer with something productive, go check out our workbooks, our economic workbooks for children. Go to financialworkbooks.com. That's financialworkbooks.com. These little lessons, these little things you do for your children now will make a difference for the next 30, 40 years in their lives. So hit the thumbs up button. I gotta go. We're running late. I love you guys. I'll see you soon. Be good. Peace.